Hey guys, it's me, Vanessa. I want to make a video today because it is the 11th week of my post-op VSG, and I am down 1.8 pounds this week, and that is a total of 23.4 since surgery and 68.2 since my highest weight of 280. So I'm very, very happy with this week progress-wise, because I actually, this weekend I had a barbecue that I went to. Sunday I went crazy with food. It was not good. And so I still lost for that. My goal this week though is to get back to basics, get back to getting in my protein daily, making sure that I'm having the right carbs instead of the bad ones, and just focusing on diet altogether. And then I noticed this past weekend, I also didn't have my shakes every day. So my goal this week is, especially on the weekends, is to have one shake a day. So focusing on that, I am starting a new program this week. It's called UV2. It's a dancing video, so I think Wednesday I will record so that way you guys can see that. I hear it's really fun. I did one of the sneak peek workouts and I got my sweat on. It was a lot of work. It was more challenging than I thought, especially when they say it's a beginner program, which I was like, it was kind of, I don't know. I lost my breath for a while for it, so I was breathing hard, so it's a good workout. And as far as my Couch to 5K, I'm on week 4, and this morning I did run. Even though it's the holiday, I got out there, and allergies are awful. I am on 24/7, 7 days a week, all 365 days a year. I'm on allergy medication, and I have to switch between Zyrtec and Allegra. And right now, with the changes with the pollen and all that kind of stuff, it's rough. My medications aren't working, so I'm going to look into getting the allergy shots, especially like this summer or fall, and to see if that will help. I've been looking back for ages about it, and I just kept dragging my feet. I didn't want to do that yet, but now I see that it would help. It would help a lot, because I avoid going outside a lot of the time, and it's because of that. Since I was a child, I've always had issues with allergies, and I'm allergic to almost everything. So it's really difficult for me. And now that I have lost weight and I'm more comfortable in my skin, I want to go out more. And so I noticed this past Saturday at the barbecue, we were out all the way from it was around 2 in the afternoon all the way until about 11 o'clock at night. And I was hurting. My eyes were so swollen and it was really uncomfortable. My eyes are constantly itching right now. I'm sneezing. It's starting to, like, my mucus and stuff it's green now. So I want to be very careful I don't get infections again, like I have in the past. I noticed in Cairo I had no issue. Spain, I only had the problem when the sunflowers would bloom, and the sunflowers that was like in spring, and so that was the worst for me. But as far as, Virginia, it was really bad. I actually had infections every year, and I had to use an inhaler, and I had to go to the ER for a nebulizer. I mean, it was really bad, and it feels like Germany's going to be the same way. So I'm kind of worried. I'm going to check into that, but yeah, so that's pretty much all as far as my weight loss goes and how everything went. I do want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. It's been a real struggle this past weekend, and it's one thing that when I got surgery back in March, I actually went through this after 2 weeks post-op, where it was when I was still on the full liquids. I wasn't quite on the soft foods yet, and I was missing certain foods. And that's understandable, because if you're drinking all your calories, it's one thing that, you just want to choose something. And I understood that. I was like, okay, that I can understand. That's why I feel sad. I'm upset because I can't eat certain things. And once I started the soft diet, it went away. I was good. But this past weekend, when we went to the barbecue, I had to, of course, choose things that I knew that I could eat. So like barbecue chicken, I went for that. They had some meatballs, baked beans. That's what I ate. I made some mac and cheese. I had like 2 bites of that because I wanted to try it. I haven't had pasta since surgery, so I wanted to see how the pasta would go. So it wasn't bad, but that's because I made it. I knew what was in it. And then I had a biscuit, could only have half of that. And for dessert, I tried a cupcake, didn't have an issue. But then they had one of my favorite desserts ever in my life, and that was banana pudding. That's something I grew up with. My grandfather used to make it in Georgia. And so I would have it every time, and I love this stuff. Well, I had 2 bites and my stomach did not like it. I felt sick to my stomach. I felt like I was gonna throw up. I'm glad I had Tums with me, but that was hard for me. And then that whole night, I had constant diarrhea for all the food that I ate for this barbecue. And then I carried on Sunday, not making the right choices, and I was sick. My stomach just was not having it. So Monday I'm back on track and taking care of myself. But it's just those things where I felt like I was missing something, almost. I wouldn't say it's like a death, because a death, nothing can compare to that. But it's almost like a best friend, like me leaving a best friend and me feeling like I'm depressed because I can no longer see that best friend. Well, for me, food is kind of like that. I've used food since I was very little. I can remember back when I was 9 years old. For loneliness and sadness, I would use sweets to kind of comfort myself. I remember being in a room, watching TV, and having something to snack on all day long. And that's actually how I gained a lot of weight when I was young. So every time that I have that struggle with loneliness or depression or something like that, I always would reach for food. Well, now that I can't do that, my body is rejecting all these foods that I find as comfort, or I cannot have, certain things that I really, really want for comfort. It's really sad. I feel like a loss. I feel kind of depressed about it. I know that this will pass. This is kind of like one of those things where I'll feel it for a while and then I'll see the results, like today, this morning when I lost 1.8 pounds. It's one of those things where it does outweigh, like I've got 2 things where I can eat whatever I want and continue to gain weight, or I can, watch what I eat the healthy stuff and lose weight. Always, this is going to trump this one. It's nothing like, it's definitely worth it. This surgery was worth it. But like I said, it's one of those things where I feel like it's something that was so important to me and I can no longer have that. And I think it's, like a friend of mine said when she found out that she had diabetes, it was one of those things where it was a wake-up call and you soon learn to live without it, and you do your best and you find alternatives. And that's what I plan to do. I am going to find an alternative for that banana pudding. If any of you know any recipes, let me know that's lower sugar that I can have. I have no problem with actual bananas. I think it was the added sugar and the cream that was with it. I think that's what gave me the problem. And I experienced dumping for the first time, and it's just weird. It's really weird. But yeah, so that's my goal, is to really focus on healthier ways to make things. That way I don't feel so lost. That way I'm able to enjoy things, and for future potlucks or barbecues, I can just bring the healthier options with me, and that I can partake in and not have to worry about other things. And I always carry Tums just in case, because stuff like this happens. When you try something new for the first time, you just never know how it's going to settle, and that's exactly what this weekend was like. So that is my goal moving on, is just to focus on alternatives, things that I can do or have that will make me feel the same way, but in a healthier way. So food addiction, it's crazy, right? But that's pretty much it for this video. I want to keep it pretty short, even though it's not really short. They never are short. But everything is going well as far as, you know, Couch to 5K. I'm excited. Like I said, my diet, my exercise programs, routines, that type of thing. So water, I'm still doing about 60 ounces. Weekends, terrible. I did like 20 ounces of water. So my goal for also this coming up weekend is to get in 60 ounces. No excuses. I have to do it. I would love to work up to 80, but 60 is the minimum. Okay, so that's about it. And I'll talk to you all very soon. And thank you again for all the support, especially with yesterday's post. I was really bummed. I was really bummed. My body, just like, my body wasn't working with me, and I should embrace that. I should understand that this is why I got the surgery, was so that I can say goodbye to certain foods, and it's hard. So, but I'll get through it. And you guys have a great holiday weekend. Well, the rest of it, because it's Monday, and have a great week. All right, so I'll talk to you all later. Bye.